Hi everyone, my name is Kirsty and welcome to my holiday book haul. For those of you who follow my vlogs and may have seen on Twitter, I went away last week for the Easter break and I just basically spent a week with my dad and my stepmom in Nottinghamshire, and as you would expect, there were a couple of trips out and inevitably there were books bought. I only have 4 books here. One book got left behind because my dad took an interest and I figured I was more likely to remember to pick it up next time I go than I was to remember to bring it home, then remember to take it with me when I next visit and then bring it back. So I just left that one there for him to read. So the first place that I went was on Monday, so a week ago today, where I went to Clumber Park, which is like a massive old estate and it has like a huge lake and things. And they also have a second-hand bookshop on site. So I had a quick look and weirdly I didn't see any fiction books that I was interested in. I did think about picking up a copy of Normal People by Sally Rooney, but then I was like, well, I'm not actually interested in reading it, so I decided to put it back and let someone who would actually want to read it take it rather than me bring it home and it would be on my shelf for the next 6 years. So I actually found a couple of books in the non-fiction section, which is unusual for me. The first one that I got was this one, which is The Celtic Year, a celebration of Celtic Christian saints, sites and festivals. Now, it's not often that you see a blend of paganism and Christianity. It does mention about Samhain, Imbolc, Beltane and Lammas. So that is paganism, and it's also got some Christian stuff in here as well. And as someone who currently isn't really sure where their faith sits, I thought it might be an interesting one for me to read and maybe start looking at ways that I can incorporate the Christianity that I grew up with and still have some faith in, compared to and blending it with the pagan festivals that I prefer to celebrate. So we shall see how this one goes. And then the other book that I picked up is one from the 1990s, but I feel like the advice in it is just as good today as it was then, and that is The Houseplant Expert. If you guys know me, you know I'm not good at keeping plants alive. I have 2 plants currently. One is now 3 years old and he's doing brilliantly, but I think he needs to go into a bigger pot, but I'm also too scared to move him to a bigger pot. And the other one is one that just kind of, I think it lived because it sat in my bathroom, so it was getting regularly condensed and or condensated on. And he seems to be doing well. But yeah, this one just sort of goes through all the different types of plants, where to put them, how to care for them, etc, etc. And it's got like all the different types of cactus, etc. And yeah, as someone who would love to have a menagerie of animals and plants someday, I figured this might be a handy one to help me get started. The next trip was on Wednesday, where I went to the village of Edwinstowe. I believe that's what it's called, I will double check. And it's the location of the major oak from the Robin Hood tales, and it's based right in the middle of Sherwood Forest, right on the edge of Sherwood Forest. And originally it would have been right in the centre of the forest, but obviously the forest is now mostly gone, which is massive shame. But there was a single charity exchange shop in there, and that's where I picked up the Darwin Awards Volume 2 that is currently with my dad. If you're not sure what the Darwin Awards are, I will summarise it thusly. They are a series of awards that are given to people who are no longer with us on this planet due to their own stupidity and their own risks that were taken and failed, and they have effectively eliminated themselves from the gene pool in the most stupid ways possible. A lot of them, in fact all of them, are tragedy because, you know, it is a life lost, but some of them are so ridiculous. Like a guy who thought it would be a good idea to go for a dip in one of the hot springs at Yellowstone National Park, ignoring the ropes that are around everywhere and the billions of signs that tell you that the water is going to kill you if you go in it and do not go near it, it's dangerous, because it's sulfuric acid for a lot of it. But he decided, no, I'm going to go ignore all of these rules and ignore all of these heedings, and went for a dip, and all they found were his shoes and a little jellified goop that they DNA tested. And I'm just like, wow, well done. So yeah, it's got stories like that, and it's got some really funny ones. But one thing I do respect is that they never award anyone who took another life, or who it was a genuine accident, because the thing is, it has to be that you did something that then caused you to lose your life. I just thought it'd be an interesting read, which it definitely has been so far. I also picked up this little book here that I thought was super, super cute, called Cats Miscellany, and it literally is what it says. It is a miscellaneous book about cats. It's got like a taste of the contents here. It's got famous cats, incredible journeys, record breakers, famous cat owners, why cats are smarter than dogs, how to draw a cat, inventions for cats, and different lore from around the world about cats. So it's just a really cute little read, and I haven't read it yet, but I will very, very soon. And then the final trip that I did was on Thursday. We went into Alfreton in Derbyshire, and even though this town is absolutely chock-a-block full of charity shops, I think we went into about 9 charity shops. I only found one book, but I had set myself the rule that I wasn't allowed to look at clothes unless I found a book first that I wanted to get, because I knew I would have just spent too much money on clothes. And I was trying to do it that I needed to pick a minimum of 2 books before I would then buy anything. But in the end, I did get a new jumper that you'll see soon in future videos, just a plain grey sweatshirt. But I did pick up one book that I then saw in WH Smith's, that even at half price was still £3 more expensive than I paid for it. And it is a book that's been recommended to me by multiple people, and it's one of my best friend's favourites, and that is They Both Die at the End. I've avoided this book because of the emotional fallout of it, but I've decided to be a big brave girl, buy it, and I will now get it. And I only paid £1 for it, so it's not too bad. So yeah, 4 books, and all I paid for, well, 5 books including the ones at my dad's, and I paid 10p for this and the other one, £1 for this one, and £1 for these. So I only paid £2 and 20p for 5 books. Not a bad little tiny haul. So goes to show, go on holiday, explore, you never know what you're going to find. So yeah, what has your latest sort of getaway been, and what was your latest sort of mini book haul that you've had? Let me know in the comments, and if you've read any of these and can recommend them or think I should get onto them sooner, again, let me know what you loved or what maybe you didn't love about them. Very quick video from me today. I know, I can do them, just not very often. So I'm going to go. I hope you're good. I hope you're staying safe, and until next time, bye.